right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's Eat and Greet, where hopefully in the next hour or so, we're going to give you something that is worth the time you took to show up. And I definitely think that we will, because today, not only are we going to talk about the 2021 astrological year, but we're going to do it from the Chinese perspective, which I love. If you guys listen to any of my forecasts, I get very excited about the year of whatever animal, but I don't have that to give because it's not my knowledge base. So I thought this year, why not go to the people who specialize and talk and teach about this? And I was able to connect with Mindy. And so, Mindy, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Stormy. I'm really grateful that you that you are having me on this show. Yeah, it's an honor.
Well, it's so exciting, and it was neat this year to have enough space and enough time to really research and get connected with somebody who could bring this information. So I'm completely excited for your presentation, and I know that our audience here will be as well, because I just think from my experience, there's so much rich information in astrology in general, but Chinese astrology really, for me, I feel like there is a clear, simple depth to it that we can't always get if you don't understand that particular lens. So I'm thrilled to have you here. Yay. All right.
Because I think everything with metaphysics is just a language. Yeah, it's just a different form of language, but it all has the same meaning or the same answers or the same way or rather the same intention.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I absolutely agree. Okay, you guys, before we jump in and we start to hear more about this and see Mindy's presentation, I want to keep in mind that the YouTube Academy has already launched out by the time you are seeing this. We've got a whole year of basic astrology happening live on YouTube. We have at this point 35 master teachers who are showing up to help take you through the year as well. If you need more details, you need access to the syllabus, any of those things, you can click in the description box down below this video and find it and get connected to that landing page. As well, as always, you'll be able to find all of Mindy's information below this video as well if you're looking to reach out and to connect with her. And I do believe you have your own 2021 astrological guide as well, right?
Yes, we do. Yeah, at the end of our session today, I will share the link, and you guys can also download our astrological guide, for more information as well.
Oh my goodness. So you have access to resources. So let's meet our guest for just a minute. Mindy, we connected via, I was looking and connecting to Joey's page and getting more familiar with him. And then through the series, you and I got connected. So can you tell me a little bit about Joey's program and why did you go that route?
All right. So I think prior to this, I was sharing with Stormy about how I got started. And I started Chinese metaphysics when I was in a bad place in my life. Yeah, sometimes it happens that way, right? Yeah, so I was in a bad place in my life where I had a financial downfall and I had a relationship downfall. Yeah, everything happened at the same time. So at that time, I was looking for answers, and I didn't necessarily resonate with any sort of metaphysics at that time. Yeah, being an IT consultant by day, I didn't automatically resonate with that at that point in time. But ironically, I had a friend who was very into, she was rather a client of Joey Yap. Yeah, so she dragged me into one of his events. And just because she was my friend, and I said, okay, let's go. So in that event, I realized that Dato Joey's method and his methodology, is something very, very easy to understand. Yeah, it's very adaptable in today's world. As you can know, such a teaching or such an art that came from so many years ago, it may not be so easy to translate this in today's world, and he does it effortlessly. So I found his method very understandable and it worked for me. Yeah, so I continued in that path, and here I am today, sharing this with everyone else as well.
And how long ago was this? Because you kind of, I'm always interested in hearing how long it took people to kind of get it together. You have the fall apart.
Yes.
So how long did it take?
Okay, so the fall apart was about 10 to, I think, 11 years ago now. Yeah, about 11 years ago. And so I started that journey at that same point in time. And it took me a while because I had that financial downfall. So it took me probably slower than other people because of the lack of resources. But once I got everything together, I completed the courses, and then here I am, yeah, as a consultant. And I didn't plan this as well.
Yes. Oh my, that's always, I feel like that is the thing that we hear. Like we always hear that where it's like, well, I didn't exactly plan to be here, but I definitely know I'm where I'm supposed to be. Do you feel that way?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I feel very comfortable, and I feel that this is something that I really want to do, and I'm really passionate about. And I'm sure you feel the same way.
I do. I do. And it's so funny because it was the same kind of situation where
Mhm.
for me, I walked into this career that I actually loved. I walked through
Mm,
the door and it was like being hit with destiny. And I knew I was getting ready to leave and I was never going to come back, but I
mm.
didn't have a plan. Wasn't planning. And I had two
Uh-huh.
children. I was still in school,
Okay.
all the bills. And I was like, oh my gosh, what in the world is happening? But at the same time, I had a real understanding that the
Mm,
universe had me, that
yeah.
I was good and I was about to find it.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's very
Like you're
exciting.
safe. Yeah, you're safe in this destiny. Even though some point in time you probably felt like, what on earth am I doing? Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I always tell people, I'm like, yeah, the road of your destiny may
Mhm.
sometimes have moments that are filled with tears or fear or doubt, but it
Yes.
is the continual motion and trusting that
Mm.
really I think helps it work out. But it is not, I was not always graceful.
I would resonate with that as well. Yeah, we're probably not always graceful, but I think through the trust that we have, or I think it will be a trust that we build with the universe in
Yes.
time. Yeah, it grows us in a certain way where we just believe. Yeah, we just believe and we just know what we are doing, or whether it's right or it's wrong for us.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely. Oh, yes, yes. I hear all of that right here. So absolutely. Well, let's talk about because there, look, we've been talking about 2021 Western astrology over here. That's what
Uh-huh.
we do on this channel.
Mm, yes.
So let's talk about this a little bit more from the Chinese perspective. And before you jump into your presentation and kind of take us there, 2021, what I do know is we're in the year of the metal ox, which I love because in
Uh-huh.
Western astrology, I'm a Taurus, I am the bull. So
Ah, all
this
right.
year resonates for me
With
with this idea of reprioritizing and building and getting into the work. And is this am I somewhere in the vicinity?
we are not too far apart, yeah, in terms of what the bull really means, yeah, because even in Chinese astrology, it's the most hardworking animal sign, yeah, and they're very resilient. So I think this resonates as well, yeah, with the Western astrology.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. And it's so funny. I don't know. I was talking to another astrologer group just yesterday. And I said, hi, everybody. And they were like, oh, it's the hardest working woman in astrology. And I said, it is that bull. I am resilient. I am pushing through. But I love this to consider for our audience and for humanity that there is this energy, I think, available in 2021 where we are
Mhm.
having to address where we've been inflexible with things.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yes, I do agree. Mm.
And it's a one foot in front of the other kind of year
Mm.
having to address that. But there is space to make the adjustments and reprioritize, do you think?
Yes, especially we came from a year of turmoil and crisis and the whole pandemic. So actually from last year all the way to this year, I keep telling my students and some of my clients that um, sometimes life will put us in situations where we can't plan too far ahead. Yeah,
Yes.
all you can do is just have faith. Yeah, keep going, don't stop, and you will find a way. Yeah, and with tools like Western astrology and Chinese astrology, it helps gives us a little bit of foresight so that we can make much better planning for a slightly further ahead. Yeah, better than at least without having such tools.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, I agree. Okay, well, I want to be quiet for a minute and let you share screen, and I cannot wait to see what you have to show us and teach us.
All right, thank you so much, Stormy. All right, so as you can see from here, yeah, we are going to talk about the 2021 astrological outlook, and it's going to be the Chinese way today. Yeah. Okay, so let me share my screen. All right, so just a quick introduction again. My name is Mindy Yoong. I'm a consultant, coach, instructor, and speaker for the Joey Up group. And I've been doing this for about 4 to 5 years now. Yeah, so we do this yearly, and I think this is the most common thing that we talk about. Yeah, the animal signs. And everyone is very eager, especially in Asia, yeah, to know what is 2021 to them. Yeah, what can they do? Is it all about good luck? Do they have good luck? Do they have things going for them? What is against them or what is for them? At least having this sort of awareness, yeah, we can pre-plan, or we can at least adjust our actions, yeah, in order to maximize the year. Yeah, so regardless of whether it's a good or bad year, yeah, it depends on how we react to it. But before we react to it, yeah, we want to at least be aware what is happening for us and what is maybe happening against us, or maybe just not so smooth in some way. All right. So as I was talking about with Stormie, yeah, last year up to this year, so we've been going through a year of a year and a half of uncertainty, a year and a half of a lot of shocking events, a lot of global events that caught everyone off guard. Especially last year, a lot of businesses was caught off guard, and no one could plan anything because no one was sure when is the lockdown going to begin, when the lockdown is going to end. Yeah, so it was like such a huge mess last year. Yeah, so this year, a lot of people are a bit more aware of this, and they do not want to be caught off guard any longer. Yeah, so that's why we have this sort of very great metaphysics tools to assist with decision making. Yeah, especially in Chinese metaphysics, we use a lot of the tool in order to make better decisions. Yeah, be it career decisions, business decisions, or it could be your own life decision as well. All right. So yeah, there was a lot of things going on last year, and the last thing here, yeah, no answers. There were no clear answers. Yeah. So really, until today, there's still no clear-cut answers. So as Stormie mentioned just now, all we could do is just put one foot ahead at a time. Yeah. So, but the good news here is that, so regardless of whatever is happening on the outside, yeah, and I think the whole gist or the whole meaning behind any sort of metaphysics is that no matter what happens on the outside, the show must still go on. Yeah, life still goes on. So what we do is we always try to focus back on ourselves. Yeah, whenever we can't control anything that's happening on the outside, but what we can control is what is happening on the inside. Yeah, so focus on ourselves, focus on our career, our relationship, or maybe it could be a year of learning, yeah, as you will find out in a while. And to never let circumstances stop you from what you still can do. Right? So now we're all excited.
I am.
All excited to find out. Yeah, so first things first, similar to the Western astrology, we also have a life chart. Yeah, we call it a 八字 life chart. So this is a destiny chart that it actually is a snapshot of the energy of the stars and the alignment of the time that we were born. Yeah, so it's all being caught in this chart here, and it's all in Chinese. Yeah, so that's why if you're really interested in learning Chinese metaphysics, the first thing you need to learn, not Chinese, you just need to memorize a few of these Chinese words, and there are just a few of them. Yeah, so at least the 10 of these, there are only 10 of these words. Those are the only things you need to memorize. Yeah, the rest are all in English, as you can see here.
Oh, good, because I am currently learning Korean, and I will tell you what, that's a real task, Mindy. So I don't know that I could do, I don't think I'm going to get Chinese in a year.
Actually, you see, as Malaysian, right, we are not, I'm not Chinese educated, yeah, because I'm actually, in Malaysia, we have different sort of schooling systems. Yeah, so I'm actually Malay and English educated instead of Chinese educated. So it took me a while to memorize this as well.
Okay, yes? Good. So we'll all be in the same boat. We're all memorizing together.
We're all memorizing. All right, so all we need you to do is you can scan the QR code right here. So I just need you to quickly plot your chart. If you don't have your hour, which some of you may not have, that is fine. So don't key in the hour, and this part here, yeah, the hour part is going to be empty and it's fine. Yeah, so what I want you to focus on, okay, what I want you to focus on are the animal signs, which is the ones below here. Okay, let me just see if I could get my pen working. Okay, let me just quickly see.
I laugh because technology has not wanted to necessarily play fair this
Yes,
year
all
just
right.
yet.
Yeah, so if you notice, there's a horse, tiger, ox, and rat here. Yeah, on the second row, here. So that's the part that we are looking at. Yeah, the horse, the tiger, the ox, and the rat. So what I want you to do now is just to identify what sort of animal signs you have in your chart. Yeah, so it doesn't matter where they are, yeah, but they still carry the energies that we are going to talk about in a while. Yeah, so traditionally, we only look at the year. Yeah, if some of you are a little bit more familiar with Chinese astrology, they usually make a very general statement based on the year. Yeah, but actually there are 4 pillars here. Yeah, they all mean different things because the year means your opportunities, the month is your career, the day is your health or your relationship, and the hour is your side gig or your plans or even your children or your staff. Yeah, but for today, yeah, we're just gonna identify what animal signs you have in your chart, and they all carry the same energy. All right. Okay, so let's start with the heavyweights. Now let's start with the heavyweights. So if you have any of these 5, yeah, any of these 5 animal signs anywhere in your chart, so you are considered the winner of 2021. Yeah, the winner of
Yes.
Do you have any of this, Stormy?
I'm the dog.
Oh, great. Yes, you are going to be having a really good year. Yeah, you're going to be having a really good year. Yeah, and a lot of financial opportunities and also years where things are going your way. So these we call the heavyweights of 2021 because the win is with you. Yeah, the win is technically with you in whatever you want to achieve. All right, so those who have any of these 5 in your chart, you may have 1, you may have 2, you may have 3, or you may have 4. Yeah, so the best one, of course, if you have all 4 in your chart, make sure you plan something really good this year. Yeah, make the best out of it. That's the most important thing, right, Stormy? We want people to maximize the good luck that they're going to have this year.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so if you're like Stormy, yeah, plan big things, plan good things. This is your year. All right, dragon, tiger, monkey, rooster, and dog. Okay. So quick one, iron skin. Okay, so I'm going to start with the ones that are going to have a rather mixed year. Okay, rather mixed year. So the rooster, although it falls into one of the 5 earlier, yeah, it's going to have a slightly mixed year as well. Okay, so the rooster with the rabbit, if you have this in your chart, what it means is that you're going to be working pretty hard this year. Yeah, you will be swamped with work and you have a lot of responsibilities and you may even get played. Yeah, so it's okay, yeah, if you go through something like that, but because ultimately you will survive and you will turn out stronger. Yeah, so we call them the iron skin animal. Yeah, they are all iron skin. Yeah, they have been through the fire. Yeah, and they come out much stronger. All right. Hey, so the next one. Okay, so the next one, let's talk about the saint. All right, so this one is actually the animal signs, yeah, where everyone needs their help. So this year you get to be a nobleman, or we in Chinese metaphysics we like to use the word nobleman. Yeah, but what it really means is that someone that is really helpful to you, someone who's your benefactor, someone who benefits you in whatever they decide, whatever they say, whatever they do for you. Yeah, it benefits you in some way. Yeah, the only thing about the saint, yeah, the 3 animal sign that falls into the saint this year is that you are someone else's benefactor. And isn't that the best thing to have? Yeah, because you can't be asking for help every day. Yeah, so I think there's no greater recognition or no greater honor than to be someone's benefactor or be in a position where you are able to help other people as well. Yeah, so anyone with these 3 animal signs, your job this year is to just help out someone who is in need. Yeah, I'm sure there are plenty of people who needs a little bit of help or a little bit of push this year. So those with these 3 animal signs, yeah, a lot of people will be looking for you, and the good news is you are very willing to help them as well.
Which tends to be beautiful, I think, because when we are giving and helping and being of service to other people, I think we also remember what we're made of and what's important to us. So I think it's just as important to be giving and lending the help as it is to be taking it, because to be of service, like you said, is just, I think that's the way.
Yeah, that's like the true honor itself. Yeah, to be able to be in a position where you are able to help out someone else. Yeah, for those in need. And it's ultimately it's an energy exchange. Sometimes we need help, and other times when we are okay and we see other people who were in our shoes before. Yeah, so it's like you've reached to a certain level or a certain stage in life where you can kind of repay the people who helped you before. So it's almost like we're keeping the energy flow going.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one, let's talk a bit about learning. Yeah, so this is all about wisdom, knowledge, and all-knowing. Yeah, so we call them the Siri. It's exactly like the iPhone. Yeah, you technically talk to Siri to do every single thing. Yeah, so it's wisdom, it's knowledge, it's all-knowing. The other one that would, apart from Siri, I think the other smartest thing would be Google, because we just Google everything these days, and Google has the answer to every single thing. Yeah, so for the rat and the dog, Stormie, you're the dog again. Yeah, so you have the answers to a lot of things this year. Yeah, you're full of knowledge, you're full of wisdom, and you're all knowing. Yeah, so those with the rat and dog, it's a time for you to learn as well, absorb as much as possible, and also a time for you to share. The most important thing, apart from learning or after learning, is that we need to share, and then we keep learning again, and then we share it again. Yeah, so rat and the dog, yeah, this is your year for learning, and after learning, do share it.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Oh, the horse.
Yes. So now we're getting into a little bit of relationship. Okay, relationship. So we call this the flirting scholar. Okay, the flirting scholars, because there is a romantic or romance star in the horse this year. So if you have a horse in your chart and you're looking for a relationship, yeah, you're looking for romance in your life, this could be the best year for you. Yeah, so it's all about romantic escapades and adventures, yeah, and passion. So those who have the horse in your chart, yeah, anywhere in the chart, yeah, so this year is a year that you should be focusing on relationship, yeah, romantic relationship. And if you are in a bad place in relationship, which I think during the pandemic or during the lockdown, there were a lot of, I did get a lot of consults or relationship consults. I'm not sure about you.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
yes.
have the same thing, right? Because I think everyone is being locked down, and either they drive each other crazy, yeah, or they just need some space, I think. Yeah, so there were a lot of relationship issues in this period. So it's also a very good time for the horses to reignite the relationship.
Yes. Yeah,
Right.
I saw a fair amount of that where it's finally, the lockdown put us in a position to address whatever has been in our relationships, all sorts of them, but certainly romantic ones. And it was either fizzle it out or reignite it.
Correct. Yeah, so those of you with the horse, you know what to do. All right. Okay, so this one is another very nice one. Yeah, where the rabbit, there's something what we call the healing hands here, which means that everyone who is in trouble, turn to them for help. Yeah, because somehow the rabbit has a healing energy with them. Yeah, so if you have a rabbit anywhere in your chart, this year you have some sort of healing sort of aura going on. Yeah, where people just feel like talking to you, pouring their heart and soul to you, and you become like the go-to person, yeah, the number one go-to person whenever they have some problems, they need someone to listen to them, or rather they need someone to soothe their pain.
Sure.
Yeah, so rabbit, yeah, anyone who has a rabbit in the chart, do reach out to people, yeah, and do help out. All right. Okay, then the next one, let's talk about, apart from healing, yeah, let's go to some fame and popularity. So some of you, maybe your focus is a lot on building your fan base, yeah, building your brand, be it your career, or it could be your social media, yeah, or those who long to be Insta famous.
Insta
This
famous.
yeah, Insta famous. Yeah, so this one, these two stars have this going on for you this year. So if you have a snake or rooster anywhere in your chart, this year you could have, there's a very high chance of you to hit sudden fame and popularity. Yeah, there's a star, or rather there is a star that falls into the rooster and the snake this year. Yeah, that actually brings fame, or rather status elevation. Yeah, the correct term is actually elevation of status. So I do have a blog myself. Yeah, I started off blogging before I took my career a bit further. Yeah, so I blog for the sake of just sharing information. Yeah, and because I'm very forgetful, so I just put it online and make sure that there's something for me to refer to. And that time I didn't realize that it was a year where I had this star fall into one of my palaces. Yeah, so my blog, yeah, it kicked off almost instantly. Yeah, overnight, I think from zero, it took only a few days. Yeah, I hit, I think, 1K to 2K followers between 1 month. Yeah, between 1 month. So if those of you who truly want to elevate your status and elevate your A game, yeah, in your Instagram, yeah, in Facebook, in YouTube, this is the star for you.
Brilliant.
All right.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, there is another one which we'll talk about in a while.
Oh, look at these
Okay.
ones.
Okay, this is another one. All right, so this one we call great expectations, because these three animal signs has a very high chance of getting pregnant this year. So if you have this anywhere in your chart, yeah, anywhere in your chart, if you are looking for to add a family member, you add another one into your family, that would be great. But in case you are not, and you have these three animal signs in your chart, then it's a year that you need to be careful. You need to be a bit more careful. Yeah. So take more precautions if you are not looking to add any additional family members. Yeah. But if you have this in your chart, that would be great.
So is this specific in the Chinese way? Is it specific to adding like children or adding a family member, or
Adding children.
any
Yes.
children? Now, is
Yes.
it flexible here? Whereas I know in the Western form, sometimes I talk about it and I say, well, maybe you're not going to give birth to a child, but maybe you give birth to a new business and this is your baby. Does it work that way?
For this particular one, yeah, we are talking about pregnancy.
Okay. All right, guys, that's it. It's people.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's clear-cut pregnancy. I get what you're saying, yeah, because we have other ways of looking at that as well. Yeah, but for this one, this particular one, we're talking about pregnancy.
Pregnancy it is. Okay.
Okay, so quick one again, yeah, we go back to wealth. Yeah, let's go back to money then. So when we are looking at money generating or wealth generating opportunities, the snake, the rat, and the monkey is going to have everything going on for you this year. Yeah, so I look at this in two perspectives, yeah, because you could be a business owner and you could be an employee. Yeah, so if you are an employee and you have these three in your chart, you don't need to change job this year because your job is quite secure. Yeah, your job right now is pretty secure, and it's going to be filled with a lot of opportunities, and a lot of career elevation as well. Okay, so for business owners, for business owners or aspiring business owners, if you have these 3 animal signs in your chart, this is the best time for you to start the business, or this will be the best time to elevate or to expand the business.
Beautiful.
So it is filled with wealth generating opportunities, and everything is going for them. So on a financial perspective, these 3 animal signs is going to be doing very well.
Okay. I hope you guys have pulled up your chart so you can see and take advantage.
Yeah. So this was the other star that I was talking about. The it factor. So being popular and likable. So this one is not really status elevation. You can use it for Insta or Facebook or social media as well. But this one has a broader term to it, a broader perspective to it, which means that regardless of whether you're using it for social media or not, you are very likable, very popular in terms of career, in terms of partnership, in terms of business, and also in terms of relationship. So if you have a dragon anywhere in your chart, you naturally magnetize people this year. So when everyone sees you, they instantly fall in love with you. So I call this the it factor. You have that charm or that charisma going for you. So if you have a dragon, flaunt it.
Yeah, but stay away from the pregnancy people if that's not what you want.
Yes. Yes, do stay away. Take precaution, if it's not what you want. All right, next one. Okay, so this one, we call them the comeback kid. So why we call them the real comeback kid? Because those who have monkey in the chart, you would know that last year you had quite a nasty year. Anyone who had a monkey in the chart, last year was quite bad. Some of you would have gone through certain level of losses, or it could be as subtle as maybe just a lost in direction in life. Yes, it could also be in a dark place, even though things are going for you, but you don't see things in an optimistic manner, and you couldn't see the light, so to speak. So why is it the real comeback kid? Is because 2021 has everything going for you. So it's almost like a total flip. So the universe is kind as well. If they gave you a nasty year, so this year is going to be something really great. So if you what I'm trying to say is that let go of the energies or the negativity that you went through last year. Don't bring it forward anymore, because it's not going to continue, and I don't want you to let it continue. So the comeback kid this year, go ahead and do whatever you plan to do in 2020. Go ahead and start that business, start that relationship, or start that investment, or whatever that you plan to do before everything went wrong last year. So don't put that in, don't keep those failure or your presumed failure. Don't bring it forward this year.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's so good, because I think so many people had a shock as to what happened in 2020 that it's like paralyzing fear.
Yeah, correct. I agree with you. It's kind of crippling. And if those who had a very nasty year, last year, and or in any year, in fact, and Stormie, you might agree that because both of us went through certain things in our life, that fear could have crippled us. But thankfully, we found some method or some way to see things in a different perspective, and that brought us to a different path entirely.
Absolutely.
So same thing with the comeback kid.
We must have been having comeback kid years.
Yeah. All right. So some of you would be elevating into a position of power. So we actually call them the OG.
The OGs.
Yes, the OGs. So they will be advancing into a position of power. So power meaning that it could be an elevation of status. So it could be career, or if in business, you will be put in a position where you have better control over things. You have more things that you need to manage. So it can also mean, as simple as having authority in your subject. yeah, your expertise, having authority in your expertise, or rather having that charisma. Yeah, just having that charisma where whenever you speak, other people listen to you. Yeah, other people respect you for certain things that you have done or you have gone through. Yeah, so that also is considered being in a position of power. So those with the monkey, the rooster, and the ox, yeah, this year you are in power. Yeah, so you have better control over things than you know, and you should, if you are given the opportunity to take any career move or a business where you will be elevated into power, yeah, into some sort of authority, you should be taking it.
Okay, move up. It's time. It's time.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about this one. Okay, this one is fun. Yeah, because we call this the queen of eBay. Yeah, the queen of eBay. Why? Because anyone with the horse and the goat this year, right, you are going to be burning a hole in your pocket. Because it's all about overspending. It's all about spending. Yeah, somehow the horses and the goats this year just have this thing where they want to spend. Yeah, so since you already have this need and this want to spend, yeah, try to at least channel some of that money into something beneficial or something that has a long-term benefit. Yeah, like an investment or a house, yeah, or yeah, just something, yeah, or something of value. Maybe education, yeah, education, or maybe a consult, yeah, maybe a consult just to know which life direction. Like for me, before I started my journey, I did have a consult with some masters, yeah, also Joey Yap masters before I joined one of them. And I think to me, that was one of the best investment I ever made, because I had a very clear-cut direction from that consultation on what I could do, what I couldn't do, and what I should be doing.
Yes. Yes.
So that is also a very good investment. Yeah. So since you're going to be spending money anyways, yeah, so you could spend some on that nice Chanel or or the nice Gucci, yeah, but do spend some of it on education, or something that can help you upskill yourself, or maybe a very good investment.
Yes. Yeah. Put it to where it can be of maximum use to you later.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so only these two, yeah, the pocket is a little bit light. All right, so this one, Robocop. Yeah, we call them Robocop because they're a bit robotic. Why? Because they just keep working. Yeah, they're married to their job. And the roosters, because this year they have a lot of things going for them. Yeah, they actually have a lot of things going for them. And because this is going to pull them in multiple directions, and the focus is not on spending time with their family, or rather they don't really have a lot of time that they are able to spend with their family. Yeah, so for roosters, do try to not overwork yourself, and do remember that your family is still there. And in order to cultivate a better relationship with the family, you still need to sacrifice a little bit of your time in order to to spend some time, yeah, with the family. So it's not all about work and work.
It's not all work.
Yeah, it's not all work. All right. So that was the few things, yeah, that we actually focus on this year. Yeah, so we go back to the theme of the show must go on, yeah, where we focus back on ourselves, yeah, the things that we can do. And I just given you so many or so much details, yeah, on which animal sign can focus on doing certain things, what we are good at this year. For example, like the rabbit, yeah, the rabbit is going to be having a little bit of a trying year, but even in a trying year, it turns them into someone very compassionate, and therefore a lot of people come to them to have them listen to their woes, and to help heal the wounds that they have. Yeah, that's why the rabbit actually has the healing hands this year. And for some of you who are going to be having a very great year, like Stormie, yeah, so make the best out of it, yeah, maximize it. And there are other things that we can focus on as well. So I think just by shifting our focus to the things that we can do, and we just put off or manage the things that we can't do, we still will be having a very great year, a very great 2021.
Absolutely. And I think that your presentation really highlights for me also this idea that maybe this year, what I wanted or I expected to happen and to be my best year is
Mm-hmm.
not the reality of trusting the universe. Maybe it is the year for me to simply be of service and let that be great and be great at being of service. Maybe it's not my year to build the business. Maybe that comes at a different time. So I think really, like you said, maximizing the ability to be great and put my heart into where the strength is at also reframes this expectation that I think humans naturally get of what it's supposed to look like,
Yeah.
as
But
opposed to what it is.
But Stormy, I think that you would also we probably agree with me when I say that if we keep focusing on the service, yeah, the moment we just keep focusing on the service and not so much on anything else, somehow everything just works perfectly.
Yes.
Yeah, even if we didn't plan it, yeah, we don't really focus on the material side of things so much. But I think that or someone wise told me this once as well. As long as your heart is in the right place, the universe will still be assisting you or supporting you, yeah,
Yes.
regardless.
Yes. Oh, I couldn't agree more. This has been so beautiful. Thank you so much, Mindy, for coming and just giving us some of your time and being of service to us in this way.
Yeah, thank you, Stormy. Yeah, so if for the viewers, yeah, for the viewers, if you enjoyed what I shared today, so there's more. Yeah, there's actually so much more that you could read from our astrological guide. Yeah, Stormy has mentioned that we have an astrology guide already ready for you to download. So if you scan the QR code here, yeah, you could download our 2021 astrological guide. So it talks about what I talked about in more detail, and there are also other information on how you can maximize your 2021.
Absolutely beautiful. So you guys scan that QR code while you are watching, or if you just need the link, I'll make sure it's in the description box below this video. So I just want to say thank you one more time, Mindy, for coming, because this has been absolutely beautiful. And I hope for you guys watching, it's also shown you something just outside of the knowledge that maybe has been in your traditional sphere. Maybe it gives you another lens to look at your life and your year through, looking at it the Chinese way, which I just love your title there.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Stormy.
Absolutely. All right, you guys. Hopefully, in this last hour or so, we gave you something that was worth the time you took to show up. And I really think that we were able to achieve that. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next Eat and Greet. I also look forward to seeing you in the YouTube Academy. Remember, your monthlies, your weeklies, they're all up. And if you're following on the socials, whether it's myself or you're following also what Mindy's doing, we have a lot of good content available to help guide you through the year. So we love you guys so much, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.